Hey guys, Amber Jones here, and today I have something really cool going on. If you guys have ever seen what I've been doing over the last 6 months or so, I've been really getting into list building, and what's been happening has been really incredible with my business, and I have two very special guests with me today. First, we have Mr. Anthony Tilley from the UK. Whereabouts in the UK?
In Newport in South Wales.
South Wales. Okay, I'm gonna pull up my
Yeah,
map
just
after.
to the South Wales. So it's the bit that hangs off the side. On the left of the UK, it's the Wales is the bit on the left.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Yeah, so we're across the world. Let me quit my Skype here. I just realized I had Skype on. Okay, yeah, and then we have so Anthony has an incredible story, and we'll ask him to share that here in just a moment. And then we have my other business partner, Jerry, in Vegas, right? Las Vegas. And I felt it was.
Oh,
What's that? Awesome. Sorry about that. We're getting used to this Google Hangout, guys.
you
So
cut out.
forgive me, guys. We're getting used to this Google Hangout. Um, but I felt it was important to bring Gary because I wanted to bring a perspective of someone that's not a techie when it comes to list building. So I wanted to start with you, Anthony. If you could just really briefly like share with us your story and your journey in this online industry, if you could.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll try and make it. I'll try and make it brief. There seems to sort of been not a lot happening for a very, very long period of time. I mean, I struggled for about 14 years and got absolutely nowhere whatsoever.
Mm,
And basically, because I wasn't building a list, that's the sort of the crux of the matter. I just wasn't building a list. And back in, I think it was around about sort of October 2009, something like that. I heard about private label rights products,
mm,
and I was a member of the Warrior Forum, and I thought I'm going to create a private label rights product and stick it on the Warrior Forum and give it away for free. And I built a list of 1,000 subscribers in 6 weeks,
wow.
and out of those 1,000 subscribers, 100 people then went and bought went and bought the OTO. Sorry, bear with me. Somebody just boxed me. Nobody ever contacted me on my phone, and somebody has just messaged me. So I'm just going to turn my phone off for a second.
Sure.
So basically, I had this Warrior special offer, and I gave the stuff away for free. Got a list of 1,000 subscribers, and had sort of 100 buyers there. And I did this a couple of times and got the list to a couple of thousand, and then discovered ad swapping and was swapping sort of fairly regularly. And then really it took off when I discovered solo ads. Somebody that I know, a friend of mine, just basically said, why don't you consider selling some solo ads to get some extra income from your list? And I was like, well, I don't even know what a solo ad is. So he explained, and I went out and I bought a couple of them and I sold a few of them. And then it just sort of went from there. And obviously, as you know, Amber, Dagan Smith contacted me, and Dagan asked me to sell him a solo ad, which I did. Didn't really think anything more of it. But 3 or 4 weeks later, I woke up one morning and there was like about an extra sort of $2,500 in my PayPal account, and I was really shocked. I was still like, if I robbed a bank or a sort of some sort of general from a far off country sort of actually sent me that money that they keep on promise to send me, and I just didn't know what was going on. And I emailed the people who made the orders, and it was really funny because nobody actually wanted to tell me who recommended me or how they heard about me. But eventually somebody said, well, my mentor did, Dagan Smith told me. So
Okay.
I just sort of messaged Dagan and said thanks a lot, and he was fine, whatever, don't worry about it, it's cool. But the business from there just absolutely flew. Because Dagan was recommending me, and then his guys were recommending me on webinars, and obviously he's a great coach, and obviously like you've learned to sort of
Yeah.
do the webinars and sort of market from him, and obviously a lot of the guys are doing the same sort of thing, so the business just went through the roof.
Okay.
When I sold the business, I had 28 monthly subscribers, so it went from there really.
Wow. Okay. So let me take a moment and for the part of our audience that might not know what solo ads are. So basically, you built your list, which every marketer on the planet says build your list. Okay. So number one, you built your list, and then because you built this list, you were able to say, hey, to other marketers, or other marketers came to you and says, hey Anthony, can I email your list for a certain amount of money? So you sent one or two emails and they paid you money. So that's basically the process, right? With selling a solo ad. So
Yeah.
that is absolute. So that's crazy. That's crazy. And now what I want to do is from Jerry's perspective, okay? Because Jerry hasn't really touched on the solo ad part of it as far as selling it. But Jerry, you've been into list building. How is it? What was your feeling when you first got into building your list with solo ads? What do you think about that?
I think solo ads are amazing because I've been in this business for about 3 years, 3.5 years, and I had no list built at all. And then when you came to me and you told me about solo ads, then I actually went in and got one. I got like over 100 subscribers to a list within overnight, which was amazing to me. It doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, when you've been doing something for 3 years and you don't have anybody, then all of a sudden you have over 100 people that subscribe to a list, and then you do it again and it got even better, and it kept on growing. The list kept on growing. It's really exciting, and I even made a few sales out of it. It's amazing. It was really an amazing feeling. So I love solo ads.
Okay, so there's the customer perspective, guys. Customer perspective. Now, I don't know if you were anything like me, Jerry, but I was kind of addicted to solo ads. Like once I had my first solo ad, I was like itching, like when can I get my next one, right? So this is
Fast, yeah, fast, yeah.
so we just looked at the customer perspective. This is why solo ad industry is such a powerful model because you get repeat customers. It, and and just like what happened to you, Anthony, when I first got started selling solos, once I sold my first two solos and got my first few people, I didn't have to market it. People came to me. So it's like, what other industry is there that people come to you wanting to give you money, and then you did something incredible? Now you said you had 28 customers, right? And what did you do with these 28 customers again? Could you spend a minute or two on that?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, basically, I was selling the solo ads, and if you're just selling single solo ads, then you very much are you're living month to month, if you like. It's a bit like if you're a salesman. I did sales for a number of years, and on the 31st of the month,
Yeah.
that's that month over. You've got to go back out again and start all over again. You're only as good then as sort of the previous day's business. So it doesn't matter how much you did in the previous month. You had to go back out and regenerate all that business again.
Mm.
So basically, what I did was I sort of thought, well, this is ridiculous. I want to be looking at some sort of continuity program, because that's what all of the sort of your mentors sort of say. You need that regular monthly income. And obviously, for a lot of marketers, that may well be a membership site, something like that. But I thought, well, I want to try and do something where I can create a package that people will come back time and time again. So basically, I created a monthly subscription, and I emailed the customers who I'd already had, over the last couple of months, and said, look, I'm doing a monthly subscription. This is how much it is for a one-off. This is how much it is for a monthly subscription. And I said, 28 people in the end sort of ended up taking it up, and that's again where the business really sort of took off. That I knew that 28 days of the month, I had a customer who wanted a solo ad from me.
Now that's awesome. Now let me ask you from a technical point of view. Of course, we know that you've got to get a capture page, which there's so many tools out there now. You can get a capture. You can pay someone to get a capture page for you. But after you built your initial list, Once you build your initial list, how difficult is it to go from building a list to selling solo ads?
Not difficult. Yeah, it's not difficult at all. To be honest, it's
Exactly.
not. It really is not. It's not. You know, if you are, if you're a member of the Warrior Forum, you just stick an advert in the classified ads, as I did in the Warrior Forum. Or if you're in the Skype groups, then you just basically put in the Skype groups, hey guys, I've got a 100-click solo ad available for X amount, $40 or whatever you're selling it for. Hit me up now and I'll send it for you. And it just sort of builds from there. And I was lucky that I got to the position where I honestly, the last sort of couple of months of having the business, I don't think I ever put anything in the Skype group because people just came to me. They were just buying from me. I was the first guy. I haven't seen anyone else have a video on their solo page before I did it. I basically had a video that was me sat here at this desk, welcoming people, welcoming them to the page, really pleased you're here, et cetera, and just basically telling them the sort of the great service I was gonna give them. And I went back and I had a little look in my Easy Video Player account, and I got over 5,000 hits on that video in the space of about 3 months.
That's crazy.
That's phenomenal, for a solo ads page. So that's the kind of traffic that was going through it, and it was. I mean, I'm not particularly techy. I don't do SEO or anything like that. But people were looking for things like solo ads for sale, or sort of solo mailings for sale. That I was number one in Google. Apparently, from that page, if you Google solo ad coaching, then that page is number one in Google. Nice. And there's nothing there. It's just me basically saying I've sold the business. I'm sorry. Sort of go. You'll have to sort of go elsewhere. So that's one of my jobs this week is I need to sort that page out. I think because somebody told me it's number one on Google, so I need to sort that out.
Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. So, I guess my question is, well, it's not really my question, but if someone had, let's say, a couple of email swipes, and a swipe is basically the wording, okay? If someone knew how to send an email that maybe someone else had sent, or maybe a swipe file, could it be literally something that they could copy, paste, and put a link in, and then get profit from every email that they send?
Yeah. I mean, it's an easy business model, and I've got to say, I think it's a brilliant stepping stone as well.
Yes.
Because it's not easy to go out there and become a Frank Kern or a Mike Filsaime or an Alex Jeffries or a Dagan Smith. Not everybody can go and do that. But anybody can get a squeeze page up, get that autoresponder in there and just sort of, buy a solo ad, get some traffic in, do some swaps, copy and paste. It's a really, really simple business model, very simple business model, and it's a great way to start. We may well sort of touch later on sort of where it's led for me. And I'm sure, I'm no different from anybody else. As I say, 14 years. I banged my head against the brick wall, getting absolutely nowhere. So if I can do it, I can assure you, anyone can do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you struggled for 14 years, and now here's this business model that you can get started with. And realistically, I've known people, as a matter of fact, one of Dagan's students, and even myself, if I really hit the ground running, if I had what you guys are putting together, which we're going to say you've got to wait till the end to find out what that is. But if I had what you guys put together to help guide me, this realistically in 6 months can realistically bring in a full-time income. It's almost, I know it's cliche, but it's almost too good to be true. But the fact of the matter is there's such a demand because everyone in the industry, no matter whether they're MLM, affiliate marketers, direct sales, real estate agents, they all need the same thing. That's traffic and a list. So that's incredible. Now, Jerry, I see you over there rubbing your chin. What's going on? What's in your head right now?
I'm just taking it in. It's like I sort of knew a lot of stuff he's saying, but when you actually hear someone that's I guess, more successful than you are in these things that's really on your mind. You're thinking, wow, that's amazing. I guess I need to take more action. Everyone, and that's the only thing I could say to help anybody is take more action. When you're hearing people like him and yourself, Amber, because you're my mentor, I just, you got to take action on things that you hear about and stuff. People that are successful, they even tell you, take action. And if people don't take action, it'll really get me thinking, like, yeah, everybody needs to take more action. Everybody wants to be more successful than ever. And it's the way it is. It's a hunger.
Yeah.
It's like you're
Now,
yeah, it gets me wanting to build my list quick. Like, as soon as I get off this, I want to go and start doing another solo ad or something.
yeah, but I mean, and from a non-techie point of view, from what you've heard thus far, does it seem something that's doable for you? That's something that you can do?
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I'm thinking about. I'm like, wow, Amber, I'm not a techie guy. I don't like to do stuff. It was just listening to Whipper, which is so simple now, but I still don't like doing it. But it is a step, it's just easy and yeah.
Compared to everything else you've done, right?
Easily and start on your list. And, yes, very, very.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to you, Anthony. I don't want to keep you much longer, but can you kind of tell us about what you've got planned for us coming out really quick? I'm really excited about this.
Well, basically, I'm going to release a Warrior special offer on Tuesday the 4th of September. I can't believe it's September already. Tuesday the 4th of September at 9 a.m. And I've got together with a friend of mine, a guy called Igor Kaifetz. And Igor is a big sort of solo ad seller and coach, the same as myself. We very much sort of mirrored each other coming up sort of through the ranks. But I sold my business. I sold my solo ad business a couple of months ago, so I can concentrate on other things, other projects, etc. But Igor has sort of kept that and has done sort of things together. So we chatted, and basically we're putting together a WSO, and it's a 90-minute training video. It's done sort of a webinar presentation that basically shows everybody step by step what they need to do to actually build themselves a list and to build themselves a solo ads business.
Wow. Okay, so are we at liberty to say the cost of it? I love you and I hate you at the same time for doing this, Anthony. Like, but it's gonna help. It's gonna help so many people that you know what it's gonna be worth it. There's plenty of to go around, and the better that we can help each other and stick together, it'll definitely be worth it. Now, are we at liberty to say that right now, or do you want it to wait? I know I wanted to put together some bonuses myself. I wanted to put together like a Facebook community group of everyone that's just kind of getting started with it. I've also got my list of go-to solo providers, so I'm wanting to do some cool bundling stuff. I haven't thought about everything yet, but on top of what you're putting together, there really is no reason for people not to get their hands on this training. I mean, I don't know how much you wanted to say, how much else you wanted to say about it, but
yeah, well, I mean, I'm happy to say how much it's gonna be, and I mean I suppose really, if I should really follow the traditional marketing method now, and I should start off and tell you all about it and tell you it's going to be $500, and then no, not really, it's not even 300, it's not even 200.
Well, you know what? Before you get into the cost, you know what? Let's take a second though. Let's take a second though. Before you do get into the cost, okay? Let me go and say this. I know multiple people, dozens and dozens of people that are in the process of paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to learn this method. I paid thousands of dollars to learn this method in trial and error. Was it worth it? Yes, because I still profited from it. It's such a simple model that I know if I spend XYZ amount, I know after a while I can flip it into profit. So I will go ahead and say that this is something that if you have a couple $100, you can start learning. If you have a couple $1,000, you can start learning. If you have to start for free, you can. You're gonna have to put a little bit more, elbow grease in it. But bottom line is what you guys are putting together are gonna save people, I think, thousands of dollars of at least trial and error. And so I would start off by saying that for sure. For sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's yeah, and absolutely. I mean, as I say, it's a 90-minute training video. So I mean, I guess there's perhaps a lot of people who may say, well, that's too much, and they can't sit there for long enough. Well, if they can't, then that's probably the program's not for them. So we've done it, and we were actually quite shocked how long, when we sort of look back and we realised we'd actually just sat there and talked for 90 minutes about this and gone step by step through it, etc. So it's a good length video, but it's very insightful. It's very step by step, and basically, the Warrior Forum obviously is a place where you can get great value, you can get a lot of sort of great value for money, etc. And in terms of, I think, in the real world or the outside of the Warrior Forum world, I think this would be considered as ridiculously cheap. But perhaps in the Warrior Forum, when the guys in there are used to perhaps paying $7 for something, when I say the price, some of them are like, oh, that's a bit too much. But there's a reason why we put it at the price we did, and the price is $19.95, because basically we want some serious people in there buying it. So even though it's only $19.95, as I say, off the Warrior Forum, anybody who's not on the Warrior Forum, $19.95, that's absolutely crazy. But we just wanted to sort of to deliver extreme value and put it at a price where perhaps people who perhaps would just buy it, look at it, and never do anything with it. We didn't want that kind of person to buy it. We wanted people who perhaps a little bit more serious, who would go and would view it and actually would take action on what it is that we're teaching. So it's $19.95, which is nothing. I mean, in the UK, what's that, £12? I mean, that's...
Oh, goodness, Anthony. So someone could skip their Starbucks for 2 or 3 days for the $19.95 and learn how to build a 5-figure-a-month business. That's and that's the key. It's not about if you'll make it. It's if you'll take the action. Because if you do it, you're gonna make money. That's how much of a demand there is for it. So, man, that's awesome. So, guys, here's what I'm telling you. We're recording this on a Sunday, and wherever you get this, you have 2 days to come up with $20. Okay? If you come to me and you say, Amber, I need help, or Jerry, I need help, or Anthony, or anyone online, if you're going through all these push button things and you can't set aside $20 for a proven method that you can, even when you're starting out, you can start out and earn $30 per email pretty easily once you start selling your solos. And that's the bottom, really, guys. I got to the point where I was earning $95 per email. And if I, as I keep growing, I'm going to earn more and more and more. So if you can't set $20 aside for your future, I don't know if this industry at all is for you, because in my experience, this has been the easiest, quickest way to get results. And I'm just ecstatic about it. So guys, thank you so much for your time. I mean, I don't want to keep you guys any longer, but man, that's crazy. I still can't believe you guys. Yeah, sure.
I'll just say sort of one more thing, just in terms of the solo ad business as a great stepping stone.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, I think that's it. You can get a full-time business from it, and there's a lot of guys out there who all they do is sell solo ads, and they make a great income from it. But from my point of view, in terms of the stepping stone, it's meant that I've gone on and have now done that. I've done a JV, as you know, the coaching course with Dagan Smith.
Yeah.
I won a launch competition of Alex Jeffries, who's a big marketer here in the UK, and I beat people like Mike Filsaime, Jeff Diedrich, John Thornhill, who are all big marketers, Dean Holland, and within 3 days of winning that contest, Alex actually offered me a job. and I then was his launch manager for 6 of his WSOs. So, I got to see behind a sort of a 7-figure business.
Wow.
Going in, the guys, because Alex only lives about 20 minutes down the road from me. So, I got to see all of that. I was the launch manager for his WSO that earned $100,000 in 7 days. So, the stuff that's come on, and then the coaching courses from that, and as you know, with Dagan, we're going to be doing the seminar in Las Vegas at some point soon. So, there's the amount of stuff that has happened from me, having been a solo ad seller, has been phenomenal. So it's a really, really great stepping stone that you're in the full-time income, and you can have all this other sort of amazing stuff going on for you as well.
That's a good point. That is a good point, and I appreciate you saying that, because now that I think about it, me being in access to these Skype rooms, I'm now immediately surrounding myself by product creators, people with huge lists. I mean, people that can just give you the insight, just tell you what it is. And to some extent, it is about what you know, but who you know can help you get there a lot faster too. And so you bring up a very good point. That if you get in here, you take action, use this as a stepping stone to get you some income. Then you can, if you want to just do that, you can. But on the back end, you can, and it's so funny you say that, because I actually have bartered some of my, some of the admin stuff that some of these bigger guys don't want to do. I'll barter that to kind of get behind the scenes. So that's a really good point too. And that's better than any kind of ClickBank push button software, I think, for sure. Priceless.
Absolutely. I think it's, there's the old saying, that the money's in the list, and we've all heard that so many times. It's sort of inbuilt in your brain. But what I like to say is, it's not just the money's in the list, but the power is in the list as well.
Exactly.
Because if you can own traffic, if you can send traffic, then everybody wants a piece of you. If people know you've got a big list and you can send traffic, then they will come to you. And the number of marketers that have come to me for JVs, either whether JV from the point of view as, like they call it in the Warrior Forum, you're just an affiliate basically. But the number of people asking me to send for their WSOs, the number of people that are asking me to do WSOs with them, I get 2 or 3 JV offers a week from people wanting to do products with me. I have people sort of contact me on Skype, sort of through Facebook, that kind of thing. A number of people have contacted me asking me the coaching courses that I run, and it's, as I say, it's having that list, having built a list. If you can do that, the power and the sort of the leverage you can get from that is phenomenal, and it's really not that difficult. And I know it's easy for me to sit here saying this now, but I've got people I'm sort of coaching and doing this, and as you guys know, it's not, once you know the secret, it's easy. And the secret is, you just build a damn list. Do it. You can, and once you start selling solo ads, this is the beauty of it as well, is once you get in a position where you can sell solo ads, then just reuse that money. So any money that you make selling solo ads, you go out and buy more. Mm-hmm. And your list is just going to build and build and build until eventually, you're going to send 1,000 click solo ad and somebody's going to pay you $500, and you can do that every single day.
That's amazing.
And sending an email, it's not difficult. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
For sure. Well, hey guys, I'm going to end it on that note. I mean, so
listening to that.
What was that, Jerry? You cut out on us. Uh-oh. I think we're...
Oh, I was just going to ask, because someone might be watching this and they might have a question. No, someone that's non-techie or whatever, they might have an idea of what list building is and stuff like that, and they might be curious if the training is going to go over, like, your free offer, squeeze pages or something to help build your list. Is the training going to go over that kind of stuff?
We don't, to be honest with this, we don't go into the real sort of techie side of things. It is more the actual practicality of how you do it.
Okay.
But to be honest, the technical side, I mean, you speak to a lot of guys out there who are making a lot of money. They've got no idea on technical stuff, no idea at all. And I think you don't have to be techie to do this. I wasn't when I first started, and a lot of the stuff in terms, if you're in Aweber, for argument's sake, if you're a member of Aweber, all the videos are there. All the videos that you need to set up, your autoresponder, they're there. If you Google how to set up a squeeze page, it'll be there. So that's why we sort of left the techie stuff to an extent out of it, because that stuff is there. What we want to do was, anyone can sort of do that and do the YouTube videos, and they can find it. They can find that techie stuff there. We wanted to really just lay it down as a business plan, a step by step. And this is how you do. This is a higher level training, if you like. It's a higher level than the techies. That sort of setting up a squeeze page type stuff, which is easy enough to find out. And perhaps that you sort of can sort of put some links or something like that to YouTube or something like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe that can be part of my bundle. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, I have a lot of people that want to know the process from start to finish. Guys, I've got stuff that we can plug you into for that part of it. But this section of it, from going from list building to getting paid to send emails, that's what's the getting paid to send emails is what's going to be covered for $20. So, so definitely, guys, man.
That's awesome, too. That's awesome.
Definitely, guys, go to the grocery store and buy your coffee instead of going to Starbucks for a couple of days, and go grab this. All right, plain and simple. That's it. So, guys, thanks again so much for your time, Anthony. It's really been a pleasure. I mean, you guys are setting an outstanding example for us up-and-coming marketers. So, for sure, anytime else we can definitely work with you, or any product you come out with, I know it's going to be worth quality, and I'll put my name on it for anything, because that's just how you do it. So, thanks, Jerry and Anthony, for your time, and man, let's meet each other at the top. That's awesome. All right, guys, hold on.
That's excellent. Thanks a lot, Amber.
Oh, no problem. Thanks. We'll talk soon for sure.
Bye.
All right.